I almost feel slightly disappointed for everyone. Obviously for Dave Allen, but for everyone as well. 9,000 was packed into this magnificent arena. We've seen some good nights in this arena, and I felt like we had everything to make a good night. Yeah. And it almost felt like Dave Allen was going to come out and do what we expected him to do. I guess Arslanbek Makhmudov, who, let's not forget, a very, very good amateur, a very good fighter, just tore up that script and boxed well.
He boxed really well. And not that I wouldn't say he surprised me, but he was fantastic tonight. He was really, really good. Dave could have done things maybe a little bit better, maybe took a few more risks rather than I think he was getting so close. He was allowing Makhmudov to hold on to him and smother him. He had them couple of points taken off him, but he doesn't care, really. I thought he was very, very good tonight. So I need to kind of apologise to him and his team for saying there's a chance he might spew it. There was no evidence of that tonight. But Big Dave, I mean, he should be proud of himself. I've never seen a chin like that in my life. His chin is unbelievable.
Took some big shots, didn't he?
I mean, the guy's so tough. And see what we've seen in the ring afterwards. Both guys and the interviews they gave, Arslanbek and also Dave, that is humility at its finest. Both guys are. It was just I liked everything I've seen. And when you see boxers being so braggadocious and flash and arrogant, that's what I like to see.
That's why Dave can put so many bums on so many seats. I guess the plan was to kind of have a look at Arslanbek for the first 3 or 4 rounds and then kind of go into Dave's plan. In hindsight, should he have started a bit faster? Because he was a few rounds down, wasn't he?
First of all, his chin was Oliver McCall-esque. That's what I'll say about Dave Allen.
It's a big shout, that is.
And then secondly, what I'll say is the answers are all in Dave Allen's, what he said after the fight. He said that's the hardest he's ever been. No, it's not about not being good enough, Ali. Because I kept questioning, why isn't he working hard when he gets up close? Because he's there and Makhmudov's holding. And the answer was what he said is, it's the hardest I've ever been hit. Now, this is the small, tiny little differences between the winning and the losing. Some fighters, and unfortunately, I'm one of them. I'm going to go out. You're either going to do me or I'm going to do you. And when Dave said in the answer there before, I had to go 12 rounds here. It's like he knew this guy was so much stronger than me and he's hit me so hard, I just don't want to get knocked out. Because you've got to then throw it all in and just go, right, I'm going to try and knock you out, or guess what, I'm going to get knocked out. And that's just, Dave weren't willing to do that. And I can't blame him because he took some thunderous shots in this night. He really did. And he's absorbed an awful lot of punishment. So no one can say Dave Allen isn't brave. All that you can say is he knows his level now. And there's nothing wrong with that because he's a really good fighter, Dave. And what I will say is what he said he couldn't do in the past was he said he couldn't win a British title. He can 100% win a British title. And he can own it outright. He can win it and he can defend it 3 times. Yes, he can.
Remember Fraser Clark versus Jimmy T gave in. We saw what Fraser Clark done to Dave Allen not so long ago.
I agree, but that's a different fighter that he's facing now. Yeah. Makhmudov is we've seen as a world-class fighter. Now, listen, Fraser Clark is a really good fighter, but this is a different Dave Allen we've seen most recently. And the win over Johnny Fisher told me an awful lot about Dave Allen. So, I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to lie. He could be a different fighter next time we see Dave Allen because he's absorbed. And that is a life-changing fight, what's happened tonight. He's took a lot of shots there, an awful lot. So, we're going to need to see Dave Allen again before we can really make judgment on him and where he is, because that was a hard fight for him tonight.
He talked about carrying on, and I'll say this, and this is someone who, I know Dave well enough, but I wouldn't say I know him that well. He was in the gym kind of when I was just on the way out of the game. I know him. I'm very, very fond of him, as everyone else is in here, in this arena tonight. I don't think he should box on. I mean, this would be a great way. It would have been amazing to do it on get a win and bow out like that. But he took so much punishment tonight. He's got 2 young kids. There's more to life than boxing. Yeah. And my advice to Dave would be, go into the sunset. I think he'd be a fantastic coach at some stage. He's got a few fighters he's looking after as well. That would be my idea, the best idea for Dave going forward. But there's more. I promise you, there's more to life in this game.
In that
how
division,
serious is that? I was going to say that. How serious is that conversation? Because if you are Dave, you fought at British level against Johnny Fisher. I think that's fair. You've decided to roll the dice and go to the world level scene. He doesn't want to go back down, does he, to British level? He wanted to see what he had at this
level. I don't
think
think he would mind going. Like, if he got a British title fight, I don't think
I would 100% back him in a British title fight. But as I said before, yes, he does have the loss to Fraser Clark, and it was a bit of a pummeling.
It was.
But, like I said before, if anyone can't see Dave Allen's a different fighter from that Fraser Clark fight to the Johnny Fisher fight, then I'm sorry, you shouldn't be really watching boxing because you don't know much.
I asked you a question before this fight, and look, this is difficult because it is Makhmudov, and Makhmudov I think we can see is very good. I asked you, what does he need to do better?
Who?
Dave Allen. So now you've seen him at this level, having watched him now for 12 rounds up close. In order to go again, what do you want to see from Dave Allen?
I want to see him start fights at a pace. I want to see him keep a momentum. I want to see him fight for 3 minutes of a round, because he's walked in here tonight, and like I said before, the answers that we're all looking for within his answers in that ring, it's the hardest he's ever been hit. Yes, he was getting close and he was absorbing an awful lot of punishment. That's because he's so fit. But he wasn't able to fire back through pure fear of getting knocked out.
But we saw it in moments, didn't we? There were spurts where we
normal heavyweights don't punch like Makhmudov. Yeah. That's the thing. So Dave maybe would have been more willing to take risks. And, you know, even thinking about this, I kind of says that, you know, retirement is probably the best option. An amazing night for Dave. And he talked about he was nearly crying approaching the ring. But a Wilder fight?
Oh, well, no.
No. Well, you talk about Wilder. Wilder's a dangerous puncher. Of course he is.
He's a far bigger puncher than Makhmudov with one shot.
But you need leverage. You need leverage. He can't fight on the inside.
One second, Carl, 5 seconds ago you said he should retire. Now you said let's put him in with the biggest puncher.
I'm not saying. I'm saying, look, retire would buy. If there is a fight,
favourable option retirement. But if there is something out there,
a Wilder fight's an easier fight than that. What happened there tonight?
Dave Allen should not be mentioned in the same name as Deontay Wilder. This guy, and I don't care what anyone says, is still single-handedly the biggest puncher in heavyweight boxing. He does, Carl, but when it lands, it's over. He's the only heavyweight in the world.
Don't give him leverage, they can't land.
Yeah, but you're going to get hit. You can't get in the water without getting wet. He's going to get wet.
No fight up on the stage, please. Was he a bit surprised?
I don't need that.
Would Dave have been a bit surprised with the output of Arslanbek Makhmudov? Because those big right hands seem to come one after the other. It wasn't single shots, was it? He was throwing consistently.
You're missing the point. He didn't load up Makhmudov tonight. He just kept bop, bop, bop. And now, if he'd have been loading up like Dave loaded up at times, he'd have felt the pace massively a lot more. But he didn't. He kept touching Dave. He always kept giving him something to think about. And guess what? When he weren't touching him, he was holding him.
You know what I was thinking as I was watching? I was thinking, how good's Caballero? As I was watching that, honestly, as I was watching, I was thinking, Caballero's a special talent, isn't he?
No one wants to touch Adjik Caballero.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No one wants to go anywhere near him because he's a danger man. He's one of the best body punchers in the world for the heavyweights I've seen in years.
Since going back to Mike Tyson, probably.
I remember when he fought Del in Monaco, and Del just had nightmares with him, and I thought to myself, he's a runner, but because Derek Judd can cause anyone problems, but he boxed rings around him, and Del couldn't do anything with him. Now, no one wants to go near him.
Very quickly, you heard Jamie in there ask about Anthony Joshua, Arslanbek Makhmudov. Obviously, we are waiting to see what AJ does next. I mean, everyone's itching. Could that happen? Could that happen? Is that realistic?
That'll be good.
Great fight,
I'm tired of saying
it's a good fight, isn't it? It's a good fight.
I'm tired of saying this, but if Anthony Joshua comes in and lets his hands roll go against anybody in the world, he can wipe anyone out in one round. But it's all about what's going on in his mind and what's going on with him, because he has the attributes and the tools to wipe out anyone in a round. But if his mind's on and his head's not right, then it's going to get done to him as well. Because that Makhmudov could do that to him as well.
All right, so many intriguing heavyweight matchups to be made, I guess, in 2026. Let's talk about the chief support very quickly before we wrap. Bilal Fawaz, an incredible story. I mean, if anyone doesn't know the story about Bilal Fawaz, just type his name into Google and you understand what this guy has been through out of the ring for more than a decade. So for him to win the English title, I think you saw the emotion of that struggle and journey come out. And it was incredible, wasn't it? And I think it was a deserved result as well. I know a lot of people ringside had it close, but I thought he'd done enough just to nick it.
It gives all fighters like him hope that I can succeed on the big stage. And fair play to him. I mean, Junaid Boston tonight, we said it in the build-up, he's got to be on the front foot consistently all the way through the fight, and he didn't. He took too many rounds off and he paid the price. Like I said, I thought it was really close. It could have gone either way, but neither fighter could have complained tonight coming out, and that speaks a great fight. But that, if I'm being totally honest, it was Junaid Boston's fight to lose, and he lost it.
Yeah, the fans voted it fight of the night as well. So I guess there could be an argument to do it again, but it's a big blow for Junaid, who I mean, a couple of years ago was looked at as one of those prospects that could sort of climb the ladder very quickly. It's only one defeat, so let's not all try to, say he's done.
No, he's not done. He's far from done. The kid's very, very good, very talented, very skillful, and he lost to a good fighter in Bilal Fawaz, a good fighter. And his story, by the way, you kind of touched on it, Ali, but I mean, that kid, I know he's won an English title, which isn't the biggest title.
Done a lot more than that.
Of course, but this he's 37 now, but that story could be made into a very good movie 100%. At some point. It's unbelievable, but fair play to him. Both guys need to be so proud. I know Junaid he's going to be so disappointed with the result, but in time, he'll get over it. He'll be proud of himself, the performance that he put in, the bravery that he showed. But this kid, he's very, very good. He can come back.
If he learns from that, then it's not a loss, it's a lesson. And that's how he should be looking at it. I'm going to come back. I know the mistakes are made. It's a lesson, not a loss. And he will be a better fighter for it.
There you go. Carl Frampton, Tony Bellew. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that turned up to this magnificent arena as well. 9,000 packed into this place. Maybe they didn't get the result they wanted, but I think it's fair to say they were entertained. Don't forget as well, more action later on DAZN when Boots Ennis takes on Usman Lima. That one live from Philadelphia. The first time we're going to see Boots at 154 pounds as well. But here in Sheffield, Makhmudov came from Russia with love to spoil the fairy tale of the Cinderella Man. Did you see what I just did there?
Welcome to a Super Sheffield Steel City show. It's an extraordinary story.
Probably the biggest one yet. I can feel it, all right.
Hamzaroud it is, the English flyweight champion. Well, that's extraordinary. The fight we saw a lot closer in his rematch. The English belt is his. Sheffield expects, and it's one of the biggest receptions this year. Heavy hands from Makhmudov, trying to crack Dave Allen. The fever pitch of an atmosphere here. Big right hand. Makhmudov has navigated these 12 rounds, has won that fight, and Dave Allen ran out of time.